Okay, lovely. So we're just going to start towards the front edge of our mat and have our feet in a comfy position. Little half sun salutation, so you know these. We go down towards the ground and then we come back up. It's as simple as that. So when you're ready, just bring the arms to the side of the body. Take your gaze ahead. Start with your feet grounded to the mat, so notice those. Notice the toes, the balls of the feet. Notice the arch of the foot and notice your heels. There might be a little micro bend, small bend in your knees. And then see if you can almost sense that you're pulling your knees up towards your hips. And as you do that, you might even feel a little bit of lengthening in the lower back. Lengthen then all the way from the tailbone all the way up through the crown of the head. Notice there's a space between the ears and the shoulders, and ideally our arms would just hang so the palms are facing the thighs. Good. From here, turn your palms now to face away from you and send your thumbs way across the room. So it's really open across the chest. You haven't taken your arms back. You've just opened those palms to send the thumbs away. Good. Let's take 5 breaths here. Let's close our eyes. Inhaling wide and full into the armpits, the ribs, the bottom of the ribs. Let the tummy just soften on that inhale, and then exhale, let everything release back to the centre of the body. Inhaling, feel that width and that space for the breath. And exhaling, softening. Notice the breath coming into the ribs, into the front of the body and into the back of the body. We've talked a little bit about that, haven't we? That 360 breath. And notice that exhale, just everything coming back, and maybe even noticing just that little bit of awareness of the centre. Last breath here, inhaling. Something naturally rising, but just focusing on that wide breath. And then softening, let the arms go, just releasing. When you're ready, take an inhale to bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit of the way. Good, and then on exhale, we're going to dive down. So we're going to roll ourselves down. Again, we might take a lovely bend of the knees. And we come down towards the ground. We just take a pause. This is just waking up the back of the body. Ready for all our lovely postures this morning. And then when you're ready, inhaling your way back to mountain pose. Just take a moment just to double check the feet are level and the feet are hip width. We'll go again. Inhale, raise the arms up towards the sky. Let the shoulders come with you. Let the shoulders creep up round the ears and get a lovely stretch through the back and the front of the body. Good. On the next exhale, again, we're going to dive down. We're going to nod the chin to chest and take that exhale down towards the ground. We can take an extra breath in here. Let the crown of the head dip down towards the mat. And then exhale, see if we can stretch maybe into the backs of the legs. On the next inhale, we'll rise again, all the way back, grounding the feet, using the toes, the ball of the foot and the heel, and all the way back to our start. Good. This time we'll take a breath in, inhale the arms up to the sky, maybe soften the shoulders. Yeah, lovely. Now at the top for me, just pause, and then just ask yourself, are you swaying your hips forward and bringing your chest up to get the arms a little bit higher? So just knit those front ribs in towards those back ribs. We've been working on that, haven't we? Relax the shoulders a little bit, so they're a little bit away from the ears. Yeah, and notice the difference now. Yes, the arms are still high, but notice the body's having to work, isn't it? From here, we'll bend the knees. Now you can either keep with your roll down or exhale, swan dive down. So a lovely bend of the knees, the arms go wide, the body drops towards the thighs, and then we can hang over the legs. Take an extra inhale and exhale to fold, maybe straightening the legs, maybe not. Now on our next inhale, can we slide the hands up towards the shins and come to our lovely long length and back, well done. And then just pause again. So this is kind of our anti-desk work, anti-mobile, isn't it? And what I'd like then, yes, we can look to the ground if you know that's better for your neck, but if you can, just tip your gaze slightly ahead, so you'll start to feel the muscles in the back of the neck and the back body doing a little bit of extra work. We're not throwing the head back, are we? Now take a moment here and send your sit bones right back to the back of the room, weight into your toes and ball of the foot as well as your heels. And fold. Yeah, loads of work there just once we add in those little bits. Inhale, rise again. So inhale, we'll rise all the way back to our mountain pose. I'll exhale, just take a pause. Well done. Good, last one, exactly the same. So we'll inhale the arms up again. Notice that typically we'll want to just sway the body forward, won't we? Just see if you can pull everything back. So even if the arms have to lower, that's absolutely fine. If we wanted, we can bring the palms together and maybe even tip our gaze up towards our thumbs. Yeah? Draw those front ribs in. Notice the thigh strength and the glute strength. And then when we're ready, we can soften the knees a little or keep the legs straighter. And then exhale to swan dive down. Can we sweep the arms wide? Absolutely fine to roll down if that feels better for you. Yeah, lovely, good. And then come down towards the ground. Take an extra inhale and exhale. And then on our next inhale, again, slide the hands up to the shins. Press the heel of the hand into the shins and lengthen. Maybe we're looking down towards the ground. Notice in your camera you've got a T-tray position of your back, so your back beautifully long and lengthened. Good, now on your exhale, just fold again, let everything come down towards the ground. And then can you separate your feet just a fraction for me? So separate your feet maybe as wide as the mat. Yeah, so maybe as wide as the mat. Now from here, we're going to pick the hands up and just put the hands onto the thighs. So we're in a little squat position. And then we're just going to drop and lift, just enough to feel the legs doing a little bit of work. Yeah, that's it. Good, inhaling and exhaling as we go. We'll go 4. Breath in, breath out. Let's get the body warmed up a little bit more. Good, 2 more here. So a little bend into it and then release. Then tip forward again for me, exhaling. Keep the feet wide, bend both knees, grab your block, yeah, and if you haven't got your block, it's fine, put your fingertips on the ground if that feels better. Good, keep both knees bent, inhale, start to turn towards the right side, and then exhale, can we look up towards our right thumb? Yeah, lovely. Good, and it could all be small, some of us like to keep the hand on the hip, don't we? We're going to have a little juggle around of where the legs are, if that feels comfortable. And then we'll bring ourselves down on the inhale, and then exhale, tip a little bit further forward. Just being even by my plant here. Good, then we'll bend the knees on the inhale, and we're going to turn to the other side, so we can go to the left, so we can bend the knees. Good, and rotate round to the left. Yeah, well done. Using that block for support, take a breath in. And then we can exhale, come all the way down, fold again. Yeah, and then we can inhale all the way back up to our mountain pose. And then just notice the difference with the feet wide. It's actually quite a nice base, isn't it? Good, we're going to just give the legs a little shake out. Just come to face right side. I'm just going to go with you. Inhale, right arm up. And then exhale, take that lovely long stretch over towards the left side. Now inhale the left arm up for me. And then exhale, use the center. So use that outward breath to bring us back to our start. Release the right arm, take a breath in, and then exhale, stretch over towards our left side. Lovely long side stretch, enjoy that. Inhale, lift the right arm for me. Now notice we're going to use a little bit of our deep abdominal strength to bring us all the way back to our start. Interlace the fingers, take a breath in. On the exhale, reach both palms up towards the ceiling. Let the shoulders come with you. Feel the back of the body. So feel the back shoulders there, the shoulder blades creep up towards the ears. Good, inhale, release the hands, and exhale, release the arms all the way down. And then just wherever you are, just give those wrists a little circle there for me. Yeah, so just circle around the wrists. Yeah, and the other way. Good, that's it. Well done, and then just give the wrists a little shake out. Superb. Okay, gang, so grab your strap, your band, your dressing gown, cord, anything like that. And then come with me here, just a little bit extra stretch for the back of the legs, modify where you need. So let's start with standing on the right leg, and then if we put the strap down to the floor, or the band down to the floor, we could then step in with the left leg, the left foot, And you want it pretty much around the ball of the foot rather than the toes. So ball of the foot and a bit lower rather than the toes. So now we've got the band around the foot, haven't we? And we've got the right leg, the feet in hip width there. So we might need to just juggle around a little bit. Oh, sorry, I should have said, we'll do this. So if you step back with the band around your foot, then if you put your one foot up against the wall, you need to be able to do that comfortably. So just double check how that feels for you. Yeah. So then we're standing on the right, making sure we can get our left foot to the wall. We can pick up the left foot in the band there or strap wherever you are, and then pop it to the wall. Pretty much hip height, not shoulder height. We won't go shoulder height. So pretty much hip height. Don't worry if it's lower. Yeah. Now can you bend the right knee for me? So take a nice bend of the right knee. That's it. Adjust your foot accordingly. Yeah, and then push your foot a little bit in towards the wall. Now from here, we've done this before. Do you remember when we take hold of the band with a little bit of tautness, our strap or whatever we've got there, and then we can have both knees slightly bent, and we're going to hinge slightly forward. So not rounding, but hinging from the hips to draw us closer towards our left thigh. Now inhale, what I'd like is then for you to lengthen all the way up through the crown of the head and notice a really beautiful stretch into the back of the leg. Yeah, double check you're not rounding into that upper back or middle back gang. So check your breastbone is heading forward. Yes, you might feel the buttock as well. Anybody feel the glute muscle there as well? You might feel a little bit into that glute. Brilliant. Good. Now from here, can you then bend both knees a little bit more? So just take a little bend of both knees, and then see if you can hinge yourself a little bit further forward. Take a breath in. Good, and a breath out. Good. One last option for a couple of breaths. Slip your left leg a little bit higher up the wall. Yeah, only an option. We don't have to do it. Good, and again, have an extra breath. Make sure it's not straining, it's a stretch, remember? Good, release the foot and then come out of the strap as you bring the leg down. Give the legs a little shake out. Hang on a minute, can we still walk? Can we still walk? Yes, the standing leg, the standing leg. Hang on a minute, I'm not sure if that feels that good or not. We'll do it on the other side just to make sure, okay? So let's put the strap down. Good, we know where we're going. We're standing on the left now. We've put the right foot into the strap. Good, and then when you're ready, we can hoik the leg up to the wall. Now, again, you might need to modify this side. It might feel a little bit trickier, you know, for standing particularly. Bent knee on the left. Don't worry if your right leg is further down the wall. It doesn't have to be too high. Hip height if we can. Bend the knee. Bend both knees, sorry. Take hold of the strap and then hinge yourself forward. So your body's coming towards the thigh, but you're not rounding. I can see that we're rounding. Some of us are rounding forward. Yeah, so it's a hinge from the hip, and really the crown of the head is still up to the ceiling. Yeah, so just check that you're not rounding. It's actually just that lovely little hinge. Take another breath in. Good, and then exhale. See if you can bend both knees a little bit extra and ease a bit further forward. So you should come right into the hamstring, yes, but you might also find the buttock working as well there. Stretching out. Good, we're nearly there. Option is we pick the foot up a little bit higher up the wall. We do not have to do that. Good, again, just check you're not over gripping on the band there. See if you can hinge forward one last time. Take a breath in. And then on the exhale, we can slide the right foot down the wall. You can support it with your strap and bring your foot down towards the ground. Give the legs a shake. Woo! Yeah. Put the strap down, ready for a little bit later. For me, well done, gang. And then just bring your feet just wide. This is our last little prep. So our feet are going to go wide. That's it. And then we're going to ease all the way down so our hands can come to the thigh. This is just our little Skandasana. Or we can bring our hands to the block. Now this is really useful here because we don't have to worry about getting down to the ground, and we can work on those inner thighs. So I really like the block here. So we're over to your left side. Doesn't matter if we're on the other. And then what we're going to do is lift out of that and then ease back into it. So we lift up and then we lift and then we lower down. Yeah, we could be doing exactly the same without the block. Yeah, so you could be here. Absolutely fine. You don't have to come too low. Yeah, now we're not pulsing, we're not doing this. Yeah, we're not in the Jane Fonda yoga studio here. Yeah, so we can be here a couple more times. I just want you to lengthen into this inner thigh. That's all I want, a really mild stretch, and then stay. So hand on the block, hand on the thigh. If we're all feeling okay, the fingertips come down towards the ground. But whatever, I want you to feel that really lovely pull on that inner thigh area, into that inner thigh area. Yeah, well done. Beautiful. Now, coming up, so we can ease our way up. Good. Readjust the feet if you need. Take your block to the right side, just by your right toes. Yeah, and then we can again start to ease into that. So we can do the same, exactly the same. We can lift and lower. We could just lift away and then bring our fingertips back. And we're easing in. Double check that your hips are facing forward here. So hips are facing forward. Easiest option is just to have the hand on the thigh. Inhale and exhale into that little connection there. Lovely. Good. So finding that pull on the inner thigh. Nearly there. Good. Last one to do wherever you are. And then we can put our fingertips down towards our block or the floor and find that pull on the inner thigh there. Well done. Now take your time, ease your way back to your start position, bend the knees and bring the heels in, and then round yourself all the way up to standing. Good. Toe heel the feet in, and then give the legs a little shake. Really well done, gang. Pop your block to the front edge of your mat. Yeah, and then we're just going to follow a lovely sequence now, so just enjoy. We get to do this twice. You know, we'll lead with one side, lead with the other, and then we'll repeat the whole thing with a single breath. So just enjoy, plenty of time just to just enjoy what we're doing. So we're going to start with the comfy position of the feet in hip width. Our warrior one we've been working on, haven't we, in terms of position of the knee. So that's what we're looking at today. So when you're ready, stand on your right leg for me. Maybe have a little bit of softness in the knee. Check the foot's facing forward. And then with our left leg, we take a long stride back. We can skim the leg across the mat, yeah, and land the foot so we've got a little turn out of the toes. We might just need to readjust the feet. And that's what we're here for, isn't it? Getting those little readjustments. And then we double check the feet, the hips are facing forward. We're lengthening up through the crown of the head, and absolutely fine to leave the arms at the side of the body. If we wanted, you can join me by grounding both feet, pressing the back heel down towards the ground and bringing the arms up towards the ceiling. Now we've got the palms together, the shoulders are soft, and again those front ribs draw back towards those back ribs. Now just pausing there for me. Front knee, make sure it's over the ankle. So double check your front knees over the ankle. It looks like knees are a little bit back. Shoulders could definitely do with softening. So the arms can be lifted, but the shoulders can soften away down from the ears. Yeah, lovely. Brilliant. Good, now from here, we all bring our hands down, inhaling. Good, and exhale, bring our hands to prayer. Just close your eyes, just blink, close the eyes, just test the balance, and then open. Release the arms. Good, now I'd like you just to turn away from me is absolutely fine, because don't worry, you're coming back. So turn away, so both feet are now going to turn towards the left. So turn away from me, it's absolutely fine. And now we're in our wide foot position, so the toes are on a 10 to 2, yeah? Good, find the outside edge of your feet and then bend your knees to goddess pose. On this first time round, the upper body is going to stay beautifully up. So just bend your knees and you're in a plie squat. Your chest is lifted, the crown of the head is up towards the sky. Yeah, lovely. Good, stay. So are your shoulders sat over your hips? Yeah, are your knees wide? Bring your hands lightly just to prayer, resting the thumbs just to the breastbone. Good, 55 breaths here. Okay, we won't, we'll make it 5. Good, inhale and exhale. Now notice what happens when you adjust the weight to the outside edge of your foot, to your little toe. Notice that, to the outside edge of the little toe. Take one last breath here, inhaling. And then as you exhale, release the legs and recover. Release the arms, stay exactly where you are. Turn your right toes towards the front edge of the mat. Stay exactly where you are, turn your left toes in. Yeah, good. Let the arms lift to warrior 2 as you bend your right knee. Lovely. Again, find the outside edge of your left leg. Both arms up and look down your middle finger. Warrior two. Yeah, lovely. Good. Now, can you, with the right foot facing the front edge of the mat, the knee open, I want the knee right over the ankle, and do you remember we did that little trick of pulling that outside edge of the right thigh back towards the centre of the body, kind of wrapping that outside edge of the right leg in towards the back of the body. Almost, if you can even slide your right hand, kind of pull the buttock and pull it in towards the tailbone almost. Good. Take one last breath in our warrior two. Stay with me. They look absolutely brilliant, gang. Feel the legs. Feel the strength. Then release the arms. Pick up your back heel. Take a breath in. Slowly turning your left foot to face the front edge of the mat. Ease. Weight forward into your right leg. Exhale. Left leg joins the right. Yeah, well done. Good. Now from here, take the weight into the heels, bring the hands to prayer, and then sit back into our chair pose. Inhaling and exhaling. I want you to keep that lovely long spine. Yeah, so I don't mind how low or high you are in that one. Yes, brilliant. Good. Can you double check for me, gang, that we're not swinging to one side? Have a look down at your knees and just double check you're not swinging to the right or the left there with the hips. So you should be lovely and square on. Well done. Chest is lifted. Now, option, stay here. Shift that weight back so you could almost lift the balls of the feet and the heels. Inhale the arms up, high and wide, into that lovely V position. Yeah? Good. Again, we come back to that. We're still in our chair pose. We're still in our chair. We're still in our chair. Some of us have come out of that chair. We're still in it. We're still in it. Yeah, good. Brilliant. Now, are you ready? 3 to the right side. Take a breath in. There's the length. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. The hips and the legs absolutely still. Well done. Now, from here, lengthen all the way up. Release. And then exhale to fold, just as we did to start with our beautiful sun sals there. Fold over the legs. And are those hamstrings just a little bit warmer? Maybe they're already saying, hang on a minute, what's going on? Now come with me to roll all the way back up. So inhale and exhale to come all the way back to our start. Well done. Could you now take a long stride back with your left? You're staying with me, gang. Your right leg stays exactly where it is. Take that long stride back with the left leg. And it brings us back just to our warrior two position. The hips are shining towards the left side of your room. Your arms come up just temporarily. So we're looking down that middle finger. And notice that second time through feels really good. Now we need our block in front of our foot. Yeah, so our block in front of our foot, our knee facing forward, our right knee facing forward, fingertips to the block, and then just bring your back foot in just a little bit. Just enough that you can stay there for me. Half moon pose. Yeah, hand is on the outer thigh or the hip there. And I'm absolutely fine for you just to come up onto the tippy toe. Yeah? If we wanted now, firm up the right foot, the right thigh and buttock, and then see if we can exhale to lift our left leg. Yeah? Lengthening out through the crown of the head, ideally we're going to get the shoulder and the hip and the ankle in a little bit of alignment there. Well done. Supporting knee can be soft, so that right knee is slightly soft. Inhale. And now as we exhale, we're going to bring that left leg just joining the right. Well done. I think that's getting easier, isn't it? Our lovely half moon. Okay, the first base of our half moon anyway. Rolling down, exhaling our way down towards the mat. Hands come down, and then we step back, whichever way you want to go there. Yeah, we find ourselves on our knees. Our hips are directly over our knees, and our knees and feet are in hip width for puppy pose. The arms come forward to the front edge of the mat, and then lengthen out through both sides of the waist. So kind of feel that really lovely stretch into the side body. Good. Now remember, you can pop down to the forearms and rest the forehead on the mat there. You can have your block, so you can bring your forehead to your block and then just nestle the arms to the side. And then some of us might want to reach the arms all the way out as you bring the forehead down towards the mat. Now while we're here, we'll take those breaths wide into the armpits. Yeah, so on this one, the hips are right over the knees. So rather than it being a child pose, your hips, have a look at yourself in your camera, your hips are directly over your knees. Yeah, that's it. So you'll feel the difference. Well done. Yeah. Good, last breath, wide into the ribs, into the back. Notice the back of the shoulders, the chest. Notice the armpits. Good, lower the arms. And then slowly bring yourself all the way onto your front. When you come onto your front, can you bring your forehead to rest on your right hand, kick your left heel up and bring yourself into your front of thigh. Yeah. Now remember, this is a lovely option instead of the bow, so don't feel like you have to do our bow pose at all. We're stretching out our right leg and we've got the left heel in towards the bottom or vice versa. Inhale and exhale. Find that stretch, find that pull, maybe even lifting the knee. And then lowering down. Release the leg, switch sides, so we do exactly the same on the other side. Legs are in parallel, right heel kicks up. Good, notice the hips will want to lift, so keep the hips down. Reach round to take the top of the foot gently, the back of the trousers or the heel, or you can use your band as well, can't you? Lengthen out through the crown of the head. Good, create the space between the ears and the shoulder. Maybe pop the knee a little bit off the ground if that's okay for knees, hips, back. Good, and then slowly release the leg. Now option is, we do exactly the same again. Yeah, so we switch around and we do exactly the same again. Or we bring our arms to the side of the body. We're going to bring both heels up towards the sky, optional. We reach round to get the left or right foot, your choice. We reach round to get the opposite foot. And we can stay here. Yeah, and then if we wanted any more, we're going to push the feet, so the tops of the feet into the hands just a little bit, so the arms straighten. That's all we've done. Notice that lovely stretch into the chest and the front of the shoulders there. Kind of tuck the elbows in and give the shoulder blades a little squeeze. Perfect exercise just to be in, position to be in, posture, asana. We can lift the chest, inhaling up. And then if we wanted, we keep kicking the feet into the hands and we lift the knees. Yeah, all that's optional. Good, notice how we rock with the breath, couple of breaths. So the inhale, we budge a little bit away from the mat. Don't make it too strenuous. Inhale, lift and enjoy. And then exhale, as we come down, we release everything. So we slowly release the legs. The arms then come to swan position or cobra, and we're going low cobra. So we lengthen out the legs. We're light at the front of the body, and then our chest lifts. And our chest lifts enough to feel that the lower back hasn't changed position. Good, from here, stay lifted and lift the arms. Yeah, so now you'll notice, are you pushing your tummy down to think that you're getting higher with that upper and middle back? So readjust. Yeah, I'm just expecting that somebody. So stretch out the legs. Light at the front of the body, and then inhale to that small cobra. Yeah, still doing loads of work for that middle part and upper part of the back. Can we extend the legs and lift the arms without changing that weight from the tummy into the mat there? Just tons of work. Inhaling and exhaling. One last breath, doesn't matter if the arms are down. And then we'll exhale our way all the way down to the mat. Well done. Now we'll slide the hands back, bring ourselves all the way up to 4-point kneeling. Good, have a little break there. Maybe even go into a lovely cat, just any old cat will do. Yeah, tomcat, Siamese, any of those. Good, and then bring the hands slightly further forward. Tuck the toes, we're heading to downward facing dog. So we'll pop up the hips. Yeah, and again, those legs might feel okay, or they might feel still a little bit tight in this position. We're going to bend both knees, lengthen the tailbone all the way up to the ceiling, firm up both hands, well done. Good, and then option here is to take your right hand, so make sure your left hand and both feet are firm. Right hand to the outside edge of your left ankle and twist to look under your left armpit. Yeah, that's it. just for a breath. Don't worry if you don't get there, you can put your hand down or your knuckles somewhere near the toes or anywhere like that. Good, and then release, bend the knees. Walk bring the hands back to our start. Walk ourselves now to the front edge of our mat. Good, our feet are in hip width. We inhale to round to mountain pose. We stand on our right leg, firm, strong, last part of our sequence. Flex the foot on the left. Yeah, and then that same hinge that we did when we went into our hamstring stretch, now we're going to hinge forward, extend the back leg, reach the arms back, warrior three. Good, softness through our right leg, a really good bit of energy through our left. Reach the arms back, open the chest. Beautiful work, gang, hold three. Inhale and exhale, looking, tracking that right knee over the right ankle. Last breath. Soften through both knees and then really quietly bring ourselves back to standing. Brilliant. Shake it out. Good, are you ready? So we come back to the front edge of the mat. Good, if I move around a little bit, it's just to switch sides so I can see you. So you're going with what I'm saying, not necessarily with what I'm doing. Okay, so now we're standing on the left knee slightly bent. Good, long stride back, warrior one with the right. Long stride back to the back edge of the mat. Toes turn out to the outside edge of the mat. Yeah, get your balance, move around a little bit, move around. So we'd had a little play with this, didn't we? And now our right hip faces the front edge of the mat. This is quite good just to place the hand onto that right hip and ease the hip round, isn't it? Now notice what's happening with that back foot. I want the back leg long and lengthened and the outside edge of the foot on the ground. Yeah? So you're not rolling to that outside edge, but you're definitely not rolling in to the instep. Now double check, is that front knee over the ankle or do we need to budge it over the ankle? Can we lengthen up so that the shoulders are directly over the hips? That automatically gives us a better stretch into that back leg in particular, and then bring the hands to prayer. Option is we stay here or even relaxing the arms at the side of the body, or we can inhale the arms up and over the head. The arms can widen to a lovely V if we want. We don't have to have the hands together. Good, shoulders soften, and then we get that lovely hug in of the front ribs towards the back ribs. Yeah, feel firm and strong, and then blink, close your eyes. Good, find that balance. Open the eyes, let the arms release and relax. Well done. And now you're turning towards the right side, so you're going to bring your heels in, turn your toes out. I'm just going to spin round so I can see you. And then we bend the knees and we lower the hips down, goddess pose. Yeah? Bring the hands to prayer. Space between the ears and the shoulders. Again, the weight to the outside edge of the foot. Maybe even find that little pinky toe. Open the knees. Yeah, lovely. Beautiful. Hold 5. Lengthen up through both sides of the waist. Good. Hold 4. Inhale and exhale. Maybe send those knees a little bit wider as we lower the hips down. Last breath coming up. Good. Exhale. Push down through the feet. Lengthen yourself up. Release the arms. Yeah, beautifully done. Warrior 2. Your left foot is facing the front edge of the mat. Yeah, your right foot faces in. Yeah, the left knee bends. Good. And then the arms float. So you're facing the right side, so your hips and shoulders are facing that right side. Yeah, shoulders soften and we look down that middle finger. Really well done. Again, it's that outside edge of the foot. The hamstrings on our right leg might hang back towards or pull back towards the back of the room. The shoulders soften. Double check that left leg for me, that left knee over the ankle. And then if I just show you here, imagine then it's this part of the leg, almost like we're just pulling this whole outer hip and buttock around, kind of almost squeeze it in. So that then that brings that knee into a lovely position there, doesn't it? The ribs are calm, soft and relaxed. Now we release the arms, we pick up our right heel, bring our pivot round so the right knee is facing forward. That's really important before we move. And then we can exhale to find our mountain pose position there. Yes, well done. So it's just getting that strength to come all the way through. Feet are in hip width, hands to prayer. And then sit the hips back so the weight's right into the heels and the spine's lovely and long and lengthened. Yeah, we can maybe even try picking up the toes or the balls of the feet. Good, shift the weight back, lovely long spine. So notice there's some energy from the tummy muscles here. When you're ready, if you wanted, release the hands and inhale the arms up without changing anything in the rest of the back. Yeah, lovely. Really tempting, isn't it, to end up then sticking the tummy out to get those arms higher? But don't worry about that. Have the arms a little bit low and that lovely long, lengthened back. 3 to the left, inhaling, arms are lengthening. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Last time. Reach the arms up. Beautiful. When we're ready, inhale the arms all the way up. And then exhale, swan dive ourselves down, all the way down towards the ground. Lovely. Release the neck and the head. Good. Again, notice the legs. Inhale, rise. And exhale our way to mountain pose. Well done. Grab your block. Place your block in front of your left leg, your left foot. Yeah, just a little bit away. Take that long stride back to warrior 2 on our right. Yeah, so now we're lengthening up through the spine, back leg long and lengthened, front knee over the ankle. Yeah, good. And making sure then we can just reach the block there with the fingertips. Bring the back foot in. Good, firm and strong on this left side. I'm watching. Yeah, firm and strong on the left side. You've got it. And then when you're ready, can you pick up the right foot? Yeah, don't worry if that doesn't happen. Yeah, lovely. And then when we get there, we're still looking down to the hand. Yeah, so we're still looking down to the hand. Can we start to lengthen and lift that back leg? Have a little go. Yeah, lengthen and lift the back leg. The body's turned a little bit towards the right. Yeah, take your time. Good, and then when you're ready, take a breath in, bend both knees, and the right foot comes to join the left foot. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, well done on that one. So the half moon pose is just so you know where we're going with that. So we're here, aren't we? Yeah, and we've got that warrior position of the leg, and the torso then, technically, we're turned towards the left when we're on our right leg, vice versa. Yeah, and then at some point, we're going to be able to turn the head and look towards the same direction, and then at some point we'll lift the arm away. Yeah, and then at some point we'll lift the top arm. Yeah, so we're turning the body towards the opposite side of the leg. That's where we're going with that one, just so you know. So a little bit more of a challenge than Warrior 3, isn't it? Okay, so we're back in we've come out of our warrior, out of our half moon pose, and then we're rolling down. So inhale, nod. And we exhale to roll ourselves down. The hands come down towards the ground. We step back, knees. Good, we bring our hands forward. We find our puppy pose for our single breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. When we're ready, we can lower down to the forearms, bring ourselves forward. Bring the right hand in front, bring ourselves back to our bow pose practice, sorry. Good, notice that fine, might feel a little bit easier. Switch to the other side, inhaling, lifting the right foot, exhaling, drawing that right foot in, or vice versa, whichever leg you're on. Good, extend both legs, bring the arms to the side of the body, pick up the shoulders, lengthen the legs as you pick up the heels. Good, notice the hips need to be down as we take hold of each foot. Push the feet into the hands, lift the chest. Good, stretching the arms out, notice that width across the collarbone, and then exhale to lift both knees, optional. Now as we breathe in, the body comes a little bit away from that, and we breathe out, it comes a little bit closer. So really enjoying that stretch through the front of the body. Last breath, inhaling and exhaling. As we lower the body down, maybe we can draw the heels in a bit closer. You're adapting for your knees, obviously. Good, and then releasing both feet, bring the hands in front. Low Cobra, inhale, lift. Notice the middle part of the back and upper back rather than the lower back. Exhale, lift the arms. Good, inhale and exhale. Notice that whole back body, lovely and strong. Exhale our way down towards the mat, slide the hands back. Take a breath in, and then as we exhale, we find ourselves on our knees. This time we'll just head back to a child pose just to release our back there from all that wonderful work that we've just done, and then pop yourself back to 4-point kneeling. Hands come slightly further forward, firm up the hands, firm up the fingertips, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. On the exhale, lift the hips. Pad the feet to the ground there, just find a really good spot for you. Knees can be bent, sit bones head up towards the sky, length through both sides of the waist, let the head hang. So now if you firm up the right hand for me, make sure you feel comfortable now as we come to take the left hand towards the right ankle. Exhale and you look under your right armpit. It doesn't matter if we're not doing that. We could be just enjoying a lovely downward facing dog. Otherwise we add that twist. Take a breath in, releasing. Hand comes down, and then we can exhale and tiptoe our way to the front of the mat and inhale to round all the way up towards or to find our mountain pose. Very well done. Okay, so now we'll go through, I'm just going to switch it up. So we're going to go from our warrior two, which is my plan. I've gone wrong on my plan. So when we go to warrior two, that'll take us into our half moon pose. Yeah. So rather than coming into our next bit and then going back to it. So just so you know, don't think I'm going wrong. I've already gone wrong. Yeah. So just so you know. So knees and feet are in hip width. Again, we go through everything again, just less. We're just going to go 1 or 2 breaths. Enjoy it. Enjoy that sequence of all those exercises, all those beautiful asana postures that we know. Yeah. So let's just start here. Take a breath in. Raise both arms up to the sky. Good. And then on the exhale, just swing down. Let everything go. Let's just get a little bit of extra energy going. Let's release the body. Good. We'll do that twice more. So exhale, swing. Inhale. Exhale, swing. Inhale. Good. We're going to stay with our technique and our cues as well, but we'll just put everything together a little bit quicker. So we're standing on the right, knees and feet are in hip width. Warrior one, left leg strides back. So we can slide the foot all the way back. We can look at that back foot and the toes are turned out. The front knee is over the ankle, the shoulders are over the hips. Place the left hand on your hip and bring the left hip, or even feel both hips there. Readjust that front knee, extend the back leg, and I'd like you to tighten your left thigh. Notice what happens when you do that. Gives you a nice little bit of strength. Inhale the hands to prayer or all the way up to a soft V. The arms a little bit wider than shoulder width, sorry. Soften the shoulders, draw the front ribs back towards the back ribs, and then close your eyes. Inhale, 2 breaths. Exhale, find that balance, find that steadiness, that quiet. Good, release the arms. Beautifully done, gang. Good, and then from here we're going to turn, so you're turning away from me, absolutely fine. Bring the feet just to face the left side of the mat and the heels in and the toes out. Readjust for goddess pose. So from here we can bend the knees, send the tailbone to the ground, keep the chest lifted, bring the hands lightly to prayer, soften the shoulders. Good, now double check for me, feel, are your shoulders directly over your hips? You can feel that. Yeah, are you leaning forward? So can you bring yourself right to upright for me? Option, arms wider. Yeah, cactus arms. Elbows are level with your shoulders, your palms face away from you. Lovely. Good, inhale, 1 single breath here. Exhale, release the arms as you push down through your feet, bring yourself back to your start. Recover. Just take a breath again. Right toes turn out to the right. Left toes turn in. We bend the right knee and we find our warrior two looking down our middle finger. Remember, we got hold of that outside edge of the thigh and we slooshed that hip back towards the back of the body, didn't we? And that brings that knee into a wonderful position. Now from here we lower the arms, we're not staying. We're using our block, so just make sure we've got our block in front of our right foot. We bring our back foot in, we place our fingertips to our block or to our knee or to the floor. If you want to use the floor and you can get there, then absolutely fine. Good, straighten the back leg, body turning towards the left, but still looking towards your fingertips. And then can we exhale to half moon? Can we lift that back leg, extend out through the crown of the head, leave the left arm resting on your left thigh. Good, doesn't matter where you've got to, try and straighten and lift that back leg and notice, you know, how far we've got on that one. Good, now when you're ready, bend both knees, you're coming back to Tadasana. So we're exhaling, bring both legs round to the start. Separate the feet where you need, have a little zhuzh around with the legs. Take the weight into the heels, hands to prayer, chair pose. Exhale, sit the hips back, lengthening up through the crown of the head. Good, can we stay with that lovely long spine? Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Gaze is ahead. Yeah, lovely. Now feel the back of the body as you reach those arms up. Notice your back. Notice your abdominals. Notice that lovely long waist. Inhale, pushing down through the feet, reaching the arms up. And then exhale, swan dive down towards the ground. Well done. Then from here we can come down onto our knees, coming back to ready for puppy pose. Separate the knees to hip width. Bring the hands on the forearms ahead of us, or bring the hands ahead of us. You can pop to the forearms, lower the forehead, or you can extend the arms, keeping the arms a little bit away from the ground. Some of us might want to come up to the fingertips. Notice what happens when you go from the flat of the hand and all the way up to the little digits there. Notice that extra work for the back of the shoulder, opening up into the chest and the armpits. Nobody has to do that. Notice what happens when you hug the front ribs in. That lower back should feel supported. We can all lower to the hands, lower to the forearms, bring our elbows in, and then bring ourselves down onto the ground. Yeah, where are we going with this one? Right hand to the forehead, left heel up. Now this time, option is to do the same stretch and then just join us in a moment. Or we take hold of the left foot, we push the left foot in towards the hand. Now we wrap around, bringing the right arm towards our right foot. Nobody has to do this. You could be doing the single stretch, remember, as well. Press the feet lightly in towards the hands and notice that lovely opening as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift your chest on the inhale, and then on the exhale, keeping the thighs in parallel, can you lift the knees? Breathe. Inhaling, lift. Exhaling, let the body lower. One more breath. Inhale, opening the front of the body. Exhale, lower, releasing the feet. And then bring your hands in front. Good, let the body relax. And then inhale, lengthen both legs and lift to a half or low cobra. Yeah, so double check that your lower back hasn't taken over and there's more work going on in this upper back area. Yeah, so it's tempting, isn't it, to come up to here, but that's all about our lower back. So this one we want to get as a nice little bit of a back extension. So not a lower back hinge. Yeah, so then when we've lifted just that fraction, you can feel around that middle part of the back, lift the arms. Draw the elbows a little bit higher without pushing your tummy into the ground. Yeah, feel that work for that mid-back. Don't worry if the hands are on the ground. Take a breath in, and then as we exhale, ease our way down. Slide the hands back, push ourselves all the way back. Find our knees in hip width, and you're doing beautifully. Bring the hands slightly further forward. Remember, you don't have to do the twist. Take a breath in, tap the toes. Send those sit bones high as you exhale up to downward facing dog. Get a comfy position of the feet. Draw the outside of the armpits into the center of the body. We can do it. We can soften through the knees and lengthen those sit bones a little bit higher. And then almost feel like you're creating more space between the hips and the ribs. So you're pulling those hips up and back. Stay on your left hand, both feet. And then bring the right hand to the outside edge somewhere, maybe the thigh, the knee, maybe the ankle, maybe just on the ground. And then see if we can twist to look under our left armpit. Take a breath in, release. And then exhale, creep our way to the front edge of the mat. Pause and then inhale to rise. Exhale, Tadasana. Are you ready? One last round through. Don't be rolling your eyes at me. I'm seeing a bit of this. Yeah? Okay, I'll let you off. So when you're ready, can you stand on the left? Stride back with your right. Long stride back to warrior one. Outside edge of the foot on the ground. Place your hand on your right hip. Roll that right hip through to the front edge of the mat. Bring the hands lightly to prayer. Double check that right knee is over the ankle. And then again, imagine you're getting hold, or you can even just get hold of that outside edge of the thigh and the buttock and pull it back. So that really helps. Connecting here really helps with that knee position. Strengthen into that left thigh from your hands to prayer. Good, outside edge of the right foot to the ground, not rolling into the instep. Inhale the arms up to a lovely soft V, softening the shoulders, and then we hug those front ribs in. Gang, when we're not here, we're better having those arms a bit wider and letting those shoulders soften. So, you know, rather than here, yeah, can we just let everything soften in the upper body? Yeah, really well done. That's it. Good, and then from here we can inhale and release the arms on the exhale. Now you're turning to the right, bringing the heels in. I'm just going to switch around now. Good, and now we're in our goddess. Yeah, bend the knees, send the tailbone down, crown of the head up to the sky. Bring the hands to prayer. Well done. Get a little bit deeper. So stretching down with the spine up through the crown of the head, and then cactus arms. Now with the cactus arms, typically we end up in this kind of, you know, New Zealand, what's that? I can't remember what it's called, but you know what I mean. The haka, is it haka? Yeah. So we end up kind of here, don't we? But we want to bring everything back into the centre of the body. Yeah, so we're working that lovely long spine. Inhale, push down through the feet. And then exhale, release the arms. Well done, we're heading to warrior two. So your left foot faces the front edge of the mat. The right toes turn in. The hips are facing the right side, and we look down that middle finger. Yeah, so warrior two, front knee over the ankle. Yeah, just double check it's your left foot in front and your right foot behind. And also, again, it's quite nice with the warrior two, either having your foot facing forward, yes, or your toes facing in. Yeah, so that's where we want to be. We don't want the toes facing out, because that's not going to be helpful to the body there. So then from here, we release the arms, and we want to bring that back foot in, and we need our block, don't we? We should have had that prepped, shouldn't we? So now we've got our left fingertips on the block. The block's just slightly ahead of your front foot. Yeah, good. Front knee over the ankle. A big block's quite useful if you haven't got a block. Yeah, and then when you're ready, can you start to take the weight into the left leg, turn the body a little bit towards the right, and then lift the right leg. Yeah, looking down towards the fingertips. Good. See if we can get that back leg a little bit higher. Yeah, hand rests on the hip, body rotating round to that right side. Well done. Last breath. Beautiful. Doesn't matter if we're wobbly, does it? We're just, you know, we're practicing, aren't we? Yeah, we want to have a sense of turning towards the right there. Notice that. And then bend the knee, bend both knees, and then land really lightly to our lovely mountain pose. Well done. Good. From here, we're rolling down. Take a breath in, nod. And then on the exhale, roll our way down towards the mat. Good. As we step back, find our beautiful puppy pose. Hips are over the knees and the arms stretch out, forehead down towards the ground. We're not going to stay. Take a single breath here, wide into the ribs and the back. Just check everything isn't collapsing. So again, just hugging those ribs in can help. And then as we lift, we can pop the forearms down, bring ourselves to our bow pose position. Decide if you're going to do the single or the double legs. Good, legs can be in parallel, arms scoot back, bring the left foot up. Notice the hips will want to lift, so draw those hips down, take hold of the foot. Push the foot lightly into the hand and then lengthen and lift the right leg. Yeah, and absolutely fine to stay here. Lots of work going on for that lovely stretch down the front of the thigh, isn't it, and into the hips and the front of the body there. And then see what happens when we press lightly with the feet into the hands, draw the shoulder blades lightly together, start to lift your chest, inhaling. And then as we exhale, maybe we can bob those knees a little bit off the ground. Yeah, lovely. And then use that inhale, softness, exhale to lift. Inhale, softness, exhale to lift. And then inhale and exhale as we come down. Low cobra as we lengthen the legs, bring the arms in front. Fingertips level with the eye line. And then when you're ready, inhale to lift. Can we lift a little bit away from the ground without pushing into the mat, and then lift both arms? Good. Squeeze the shoulder blades lightly together this time. Notice that the low back's long and lengthened, it isn't compromised. The work's coming from that middle part of your back and upper back. Exhale as we come down, we need it. Hands come back. Bring ourselves all the way to kneeling. Hands come slightly further forward. We are nearly there. I haven't forgotten Warrior 3 in case you thought I had. Tuck the toes. Exhale our way back to downward facing dog. Paddle around with the feet if we need. Good. Then when you're ready, we'll leave the right hand where it is, soften through the knees, lengthen through the whole of the spine. And then take your left hand to the outside edge of your right ankle, knee, shin, foot, mat, wherever you can get to. And then have a peek under that right armpit. Yeah, we can do it actually, can't we? You know, we think we can't. We think, hang on a minute. But imagine that, you know, we're on a single arm position there. It's going to be a single arm headstand in a minute. Handstand. Bring the hands back. Paddle the feet slowly to the front edge of the mat. And then round up to mountain pose. Well done. Okay, stand on your right. Flex the foot on the left. Soften us through the knee. We'll do both sides. Exhale to Warrior 3. Yeah, so push through the heel. Lengthen all the way through the crown of the head. And this should feel actually relatively easy compared to our moon pose. Chest lowers towards the ground. Back heel presses away from us. Inhale, start to bend the knee on the right, and exhale, land yourself back slowly back to your start. Well done. Good. I'm watching the other side. So now we're standing on the left. This is our last bit. Stand on the left, get firm and get strong. Yeah, you could be on the floor, don't worry about being on your mat. Flex the right foot. The hinge that we did just to start with, can you hinge forward from the hips, starting to send the back leg back? Yeah, you know where you're going. You don't need to look at the camera now, do you? You know you're sending your back leg back, your left knee bends a little, your chest lowers towards the ground, so parallel to the ground, the back leg presses all away from you, the hips are level. Good, well done. Take a breath in. Good, and then from there, come quietly back to our standing position. Am I going to make you do that again? I think I am. Yeah, we'll do that again. So let's stand on our right again. Have a little bit of softness in the knee. Good. And then if you wanted on this one, if you've got a bit of wall or anything in front of you, you could do that with the wall. So I can see a couple of you doing that already. So it just gives us that opportunity just to kind of get into the position, then maybe just let the arms come down. And today we are reaching the arms back, aren't we? So notice then the hips are level to the ground. We're breathing, we're looking to the floor. We're not pulling funny faces. Yeah, and we leave the fingertips on the ground and we really get that lovely sense of where we're going with that. Good, we can bend the knees and come slowly back, knowing that we can get there, and then the same to the other side. So again, we could have the fingertips on the wall, and then we can flex the right foot, and as we head down, we can just maybe use the fingertips on the wall for support. And then once we've got that balance, we can extend the right leg, both hips shining to the ground, softness in the left knee if we wanted that little bit of support. Yeah, you've got it. And then exhale our way slowly out of that to come back to standing. Brilliant. Give the legs a little shake out for me. Really well done, go. Good, so from here we'll just be towards the front edge of the mat. We're rolling ourselves down one last time. Inhaling, absolutely brilliant work. Exhale our way down, then just pop onto our knees. And then we'll just switch slowly just to sit on our bottoms. And then we can ease our way forward just into a little forward fold. Yeah, we'll come all the way back up. Good, we'll switch, bring the soles of the feet together. You could be on your block if you wanted. And send the knees a little bit wide just to find a little pull on that inner thigh. As we release out of that, we're going to send one leg in front, doesn't matter which, cross over to seated twist, just easy. Yeah, taking hold of your leg with the opposite arm and drawing the leg in. So nothing complicated, Just feeling that stretch on that outer thigh and hip. Maybe a gentle twist, just as we start to calm the body down a little bit. Inhale and exhale. Well done. And then slowly release. We'll bring the soles of the feet together again. Come onto the sit bones. Don't worry how wide the knees go or not. Use the forearms just to gently ease and tease the knees open. Now you could even just use the hands. Good. And then as we release, we can do the same to the other side. So crossing the opposite leg over. Same hand as leg behind you, and then clasp hold of that leg. And then maybe add that little gentle twist as well. You can use your knuckle or your fingertips as you do that. That's it. Just have a look where the leg is. So, in an ideal world, you're going to have that knee up to the ceiling. And if crossing the leg, doesn't work there for you, too close up to the hip, then just slide the leg down a little bit, and it'll allow you to still to have a good knee position and still get the stretch. Yeah, so if you slide it a little bit away, you can still get a really good stretch into that outer thigh and hip area if the knees are a little bit tricky. Good, and then slowly releasing and coming out of that. Well done. So now we're going to come to, we're going to practice our nasal breathing today, so we'll just practice that before we come to our relaxation. So this is where you can get yourself comfy. Sitting's useful because it just allows the airways obviously to work a little bit how they should be doing, but lying down's fine. So I'm going to sit on my block. I'm going to have my blanket ready for when we come down to Shavasana. So we might just want to get ourselves ready there. We might want to put on a jumper. We might want to put on an extra pair of socks. Not an extra pair of socks, just a pair of socks probably will be all right, won't it? Yeah, and then just get yourself comfy there. Brilliant. Good. Yeah, I'll just give everybody a moment. Just while we're waiting for everybody to get comfy, we can use our thumb and either our ring finger or middle finger, and generally you'd use your right hand, but feel free to use the opposite hand. That's it. Yeah, well done. Good. So all we're going to do is place the thumb, just plug the nostril. We want to find ourselves on our sit bones, don't we? We want to lengthen up through the spine. And just breathe in and out through your left. So I'm just going with your plugging your right. And then we just breathe in quietly. In and out through the left. So while we just get that in place, we can start to create a little bit of space for the breath, can't we? By lengthening up, noticing the shoulders are over the hips, noticing the crown of the head doesn't have to be up to the ceiling because we can close our eyes and dip our gaze. Good, then when you've done that, just take a breath or so. And then we can do the same with the other side. So I'm going to use my ring finger just to block that left nostril. Remember, it's kind of a plug rather than you squashing the nostril in. So a little plug rather than squashing it in, just so we don't create less of the space there on the opposite side. We can use the fingertips just in that third, called the third eye, so we can use the other fingertips if we want to. I'll just be wherever feels good. Good, then we can release, make sure we feel comfortable. Just notice that. And then we'll go right thumb to the nostril. Good, and then we can just have that ring finger or middle finger ready. We're going to breathe in through the left. Close the left, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Wide and full, breathe out through the left. Let's practice that a few more times. And you're ready, a 4 count inhale, 4 count exhale. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. In your own time. Breathing in one nostril, exhaling the other. Breathing in same nostril, exhaling the other. Double checking you're still lengthening up. You haven't twisted to one side or the other like I've just done. Alright, exactly the same. When you're ready, take both hands just to rest. Keep the eyes closed and just notice both nostrils working. Feeling freer. Maybe noticing the breath coming in so easily and slipping out even easier. And when you're ready, just blink open your eyes. Well done. Make your way to Shavasana. Tense and release. Yeah. So just in these few minutes, now just relaxing fully, allowing the body to relax. The first part we've done several times where we tense part of the body and we let go, don't we? Yeah. And again, we say, don't we, if we've got cramp, we tend to get cramp in the toes. See if you can miss a really big kind of flexing of the toes there. No gripping with the toes, just make it all light. Enjoy. Last few minutes. So once we're settled in our Shavasana, wherever we are now, just making sure we're comfy. Give yourself time just to get really comfy. There's no drafts. Got an extra layer on if we need it. Got a cushion for the back of the head if we want it. And we'll start at the feet. So there's a little curling of the toes, arching up into the arches of the feet. Maybe even flexing around that ankle joint. Squeezing into the soles of the feet. And then releasing. Just noticing. Now we're going to isolate, if we can, the calves. So again, it might be quite nice to do a flex of the foot. Now and see if we can squeeze into the calves and the shins. Don't worry if the thighs take over, that's not our focus, it's fine. So can we tense the calves and the shins? Noticing the lower leg tense, inhaling. The feet will get involved as well, and then exhaling, letting go. Breathing in and breathing out. Now we come to the thighs, the fronts of the thighs and the backs of the thighs. So can we tense them? Can we tense the fronts of the thighs so they're taut and the backs of the thighs get involved as well? Inhaling and exhaling, releasing the thighs. Inhale fully and exhale. Notice a little bit of release into the whole lower body. The thighs, the legs, shins, the calves and the feet. Then we're going to tighten the buttocks. We tighten the buttocks and we lift off the mat. And give them a squeeze. Tighten the buttocks. And notice that engaging around the fronts of the hips as well. Tighten a little bit more. Inhaling and then exhale, release. And tighten the abdominals. So we just give the tummy muscles a little squeeze in and we feel that little tug low down below the tummy button. Just give everything a little tug in. Inhaling. And as you exhale, release. Just notice that. Inhale. Softness into the lower body. The glutes, the tummy and the thighs. The shins and the calves and the feet. Feeling heavy and relaxed. And then both arms, so from the shoulder all the way into the upper arm to the lower arm. Make a fist with the hand, so give the fingers a really good squeeze in. Tighten the backs of the arms. Tighten those shoulders. Inhaling. And then exhaling, letting the arms flop back to the mat. Soft in breath, soft out breath. Letting everything go. Now we come back to the shoulders and the chest, and we give those pecs, those chest muscles a little squeeze as you draw the shoulders in. Notice the back of the body engaging as well. So squeezing, just gently, we're not trying to snap anything off or break anything. And then let everything go. Inhale and exhale. And we come to the face. So we're going to screw up the eyes, pucker up the lips, scrunch up the nose. Make the squidgiest face that you can, maybe get the neck involved a little bit as well. Offering the chin to the chest. Inhale. And then exhale, let everything go. Now the back of the body, can we give the shoulder blades a bit of a squeeze together? So we just tense the back of the body. Now can we almost feel the length of the spine getting engaged there? Inhale, and then exhale. And the whole body, starting with the feet, gentle curl of the toes, calves, thighs, buttocks, tummy, fist with the arms, shoulders, chest, back. Not easy to do both. Scrunch up the face, tightening every little bit that we can. Inhaling and then letting go on the exhale. And then just pause. Just the whole body relax. Gentle breath. Just landed on the mat. Tension free. That is the quiet of the mind. A lot less chatter. Calm, still, peaceful. 3 clearing breaths. Inhale. Out through the mouth, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath. Give yourself permission to stay exactly where you are. You can open your eyes. Bend the knees so the feet turn to the floor. And quietly bring yourself over to your side. Bring yourself slowly to sitting. Take a breath in. Bring the palms light to touch. Bring the thumbs past the forehead. Knowledge and wisdom. To our lips for kind words. To our heart center for gratitude. Namaste.